Hey guys, my name is Spicy Mike, and welcome to a game called Coloring Pixels. Now, this game is a paint by numbers, basically. It's the computerized version of paint by numbers done so well that I find myself just doing a lot of these. As you can tell, I've done quite a few of them, so yeah, I'm no stranger to it. But this is a very relaxing game, actually, because it's just paint by numbers, and if anybody, for all those out there who have done paint by number based artwork before, raise your hands, let's get a count. Don't actually raise your hands, it's not like I can see you right now. That'd be kind of creepy, actually. In fact, I'd rather not see you, especially at this time of night. Anyways, this is a calm, relaxing experience, and I figured, I just play it, talk. Hence why there's no face. You're basically listening to my disembodied voice. You have to take it on record. And you have to take it on good faith that I'm not lying to you and that this is actually Spicy Mike and not some imposter. Taking on my voice. His voice. Yeah. It could just be an absolute imposter, Okay, anyways. Imposter Mike is going to start the octopus now. Okay, that's a big one. Alright. Yeah. See, I found myself playing this game a lot lately. As I, really like paint by numbers. I did this a lot as a kid. I had a few of them. But I found myself playing this recently just because it's a good turn your brain off kind of thing. Yep, I messed that up. Okay. Just because it's a good, turn your brain off and just kind of paint kind of activity, I don't have to think about the intricacies of the game rules. I don't have to look at the camera all the time and try to entertain you guys with my amazingly good looks or anything like that, I just can just sit here and chill, And because I can just sit here and chill and do it, it makes me think. It just gives me time to think and lets my mind wander. And I figured, instead of just letting my mind wander aimlessly as I normally do while doing the other ones that I did, I figured I'd just, share whatever thought comes to mind on here. And also, because it's this is another good, relaxing game, I figured, it could be my way of, talking to you guys, since I like relaxing when I share information, But yeah, it was a nice relaxing game. You guys enjoying it? Because I've been enjoying it. Really love paint by numbers, because I had this backstory fact and all. I had this one paint by numbers kit. It was I don't remember what it was specifically, but it was a felt material, the actual dinosaur. It was a dinosaur, right? And the actual parts that you were coloring were, obviously paper and all that, and you had to color it properly. And wow, that is a interesting change in music tone suddenly. Everything's been mellow up to this point, and this is the most upbeat thing I've heard all day. Anyways, but it was like a T-Rex, and obviously the parts you're supposed to paint were the actual, paper. But the areas that you weren't supposed to paint that were just, the background and scenery and stuff like that for where the dinosaur stood was a felt material, right? So you would scratching my leg, that's why the mouse stopped moving, don't judge me. So you would, look at this, you would feel the texture of the scenery. It wasn't anything majestic. It wasn't I was feeling grass texture when I was touching the grass or something like that, but it was just a felt material that added a new touch to it. So it wasn't just boring old paper that I was drawing on. It was paper with soft material that I could just kind of touch as I painted, and I did, and I really enjoyed it. I still have it. If I ever find it, I'll definitely show it on here, because, you know, I'm still proud of it years later. I did it when I was like, I don't know, I can't even place an age, you know, I don't know, I was like 5, I'll say. I was young. I know it's been around for a long time now. Also, I hope you like deep, gravelly mic voice, because this is chill out mic voice. Yeah. Oh yeah, you didn't realize, you know, that upbeat mic voice? Yeah. It was a lie. I was playing you like fools the entire time. But not really, because that's also my voice. My voice does many things. I haven't talked about this on here, but, you know, I've talked about this in general, how interesting, like, cute the human voice box is, you know? Like how some people are able to mimic sounds, i.e. the beatboxers and stuff like that, how some people are just able to mimic sounds, like, without, like, much, practice and all, or some practice, you know, but some people just have that capability to be able to hear a noise in the wild, or hear a noise in the wild, it's like a didgeridoo suddenly, to hear a noise and be like the mimic bird and just kind of copy it, you know? I always thought that was fascinating. My voice can't do that. I mean, I can make basic sounds, you know, the simple ones, like, I don't know, tongue clicking. Yeah, that's a simple noise, right? And I can do the simple ones, but I can't beatbox. That's not in my list of skills, you know? I can do like a simple beat. That's about it. That's not really beatboxing in my mind anyways. I'm sure some people will be like, that's better than what I can do. And it's like, you know, it is, but at the same time, I don't consider it to be like all that incredible, you know, because that's just like the bare minimum and stuff. I can only do like 2 beats at a time. That was like baby stuff, really, in the beatbox world from what I imagine it to be. Not like I know any beatboxers to confirm this. If you are a beatboxer out there, please let me know if that's baby steps, you know. I wish to know. I want the knowledge. Deep voice. But no, it's interesting what the human voice is capable of, you know? Because, like for instance, I can do voices, you know? I mean, I've done that at least a few times on my channel here. You know, I have done voices. Do I have 7 ones left? Oh God, where are they? Oh, there they are. Found some. Now there's 2. That's gonna drive me bonkers for a while. We'll move on to the next number in the meantime. No, but you know, for instance, I can do voices, right? Which, you know, everyone can do voices. It's not. I'm doing a voice right now. It's called my voice. Haha. See, we're all talented that way, right? But no, I can do, like, you know, I've demonstrated it on the channel and all. Like when I do the news reporter voice. This is Ike C. Murray with Spicy News Network. That was a bad interpretation of it and stuff. My voice isn't really warmed up for it right now and stuff. But no, I can do, like, you know, news reporter voices. I've shown that before. But I mean, I can do other voices too and all. It's like, it's interesting how just impressions work and how people can just hear someone else's voice and mimic that and all. Like, whenever I hear somebody like do the Golem voice and stuff, or like do Kermit's voice, you know, I can't do Kermit the Frog. I'm thinking like Miss Piggy because I can kind of do Miss Piggy's voice. You know, I don't want to demonstrate it though because I'll have to, you know, because you know the punishment for doing Miss Piggy's voice without actually being a joking fashion is like 20 lashings across the face by yourself, done by yourself, you know. And I don't feel like feeling that pain today, so I'm gonna skip on it for right now, but maybe one day. But yeah, it's like I could pull off Miss Piggy's voice, but it always just interests me when somebody just pulls out a random accent that isn't their own and is just able to make it seem like it's their own and stuff, you know? Like with acting and all that, you know? Like I took it was like I covered Wars, you know. No, I took an acting class in college at one point. Those are all threes. I'm smart. I took an acting class in college at one point, and it was just for, the extra credit kind of thing. I just needed another elective kind of to fill the slot there. But I was interested in it because, one, it helps out YouTube a bit, and two, I just always wanted to know what it was like being an actor and all that. Seeing the world from their eyes. Where are all these twos at? Jeez, why'd I pick this one to go with? Okay. But yeah, I always just wanted to know what it was like to be an actor, to see the world through their eyes and things like that. And, for the most part, I got my wish, I've seen quite a lot of the actor world and civilization. And, there's one of the ones. Haha, jeez. Oh, haha, there's two ones. I got you now. But, I always wanted to see the actor world, and I was doing the acting class, and all it made me think was, wow, the basic acting class is all things I already knew, It was like, the simple stuff. Look towards the audience, stage left, stage right, things like that. It was like basic acting 101, because it was acting 101. But I don't know. I think I was expecting more complexity, but it just, I don't know. I just always get thinking when it comes to acting and voices and how actors just seamlessly make their voices into other voices and stuff like that. It's just all the wonder of the human body, I guess. It could also just be like shower thoughts I'm having right now, even though I'm not in the shower. I'm not. You can trust me on that. You'd hear the sound of the shower going. Seriously. It's not a quiet shower either. You'd know if I was in a shower right now. Why am I bringing a microphone into the shower anyways? I really like my microphone and my computer enough not to try to get it wet or even just put it near any kind of water source, That'd be kind of weird anyways. I mean, lugging my entire computer into the bathroom just for the sake of making a video while I shower, like I couldn't just wait until afterwards. I don't know why you guys ask these weird questions, It's interesting. Maybe I should be doing more mental thinking about what makes you guys tick then. That's getting all these shower thoughts. But I digress. Voices are just fascinating though. But yes, I can do a Miss Piggy voice, report the news reporter. I get radio talk show host a lot when I do that voice actually, or when I get close to that voice. Not even when I do it, when I just like speak and it like kind of hits the same tones as the radio, as the deep voice, then I usually get people commenting. It's like, oh man, you have like a talk show host voice and stuff like that, and to which I give it a nice little thank you, because it's like, oh man, that's nice, getting compared to like people whose job it is to just talk on a microphone, kind of like what I'm doing right now. But this isn't a job because I really enjoy it, and I like talking to you guys, even if I am just filling the air with random nonsense while I color in these little squares here and stuff. But I like talking to you guys. I like talking in general. It's just a nice experience. You get to tally up the number of times I go and all in regular speech, and yes, now that I pointed it out, you will notice it, and I don't care. I've since come to terms with the fact that I cannot stop myself from saying it. Even if I'm conscious of it for a bit, it comes back out the second I stop thinking about it, and honestly, it's a waste of energy trying to think about it all the time, so I just kind of gave up on it. But that's the thing I say all the time. That's like my, I don't want to say trademark and all, but that's like the one thing I'm guaranteed to say at the end of almost every sentence I make is "and all." For the life of me, do not know why. Sometimes I just say it like 3 times in a row. I'll go and all, or something like that, and it's like, why it adds nothing to the conversation. It's like in Naruto, when Naruto says "believe it," or like in the Japanese version of it, he says "data beo," I'm butchering it, I know, but bear with me here. But he says like dat bail, and it's absolutely jargon in Japanese. It doesn't have any meaning. It's just filler space. It's just a thing he says and stuff, and that's exactly what and all is to me. It's just filler. Has no purpose. Doesn't explain anything. Half the time I'm not saying anything that relates to the phrase. Oh, there's more twos. That relates to the phrase and all is just something I do. I don't even know where it began either. And that's an existential crisis for another day, so I'm not going to think about it too hard. But yeah, do the tally for me. If I tally it myself, I'm going to kill myself. I mean, not kill myself literally, but kill myself like mentally as I try to, one, figure out After Effects enough to get that counter working, and then two, trying to count them all, which would mean having to listen to my illustrious voice over and over again, repeatedly, for this entire length of this video that I'm making, and not somehow lose my mind listening to my own stupid voice. That's another thing. Segues are nice, by the way. I do a lot of random segues. You've noticed that probably by now, so not gonna really judge myself too harshly on that one. But segue, that is a very well-known fact. That is one of the first things I came to terms with when I started making videos and stuff. And this video is like a case of I didn't actually really want to set up and make a video today. I was gonna do, I believe on my list next was Cuphead. Yeah, I was gonna do another Cuphead today, but for Monday's release, but I actually didn't really feel up to it per se. I wasn't really in the mood to make a video, but I didn't want to leave you guys hanging. I also didn't want to fade away into obscurity again like I usually do whenever I fall out of the mood to make videos and stuff. So I figured I'd just do this instead. But that's just because I love you guys so much. I love doing YouTube. I love making videos and stuff. This was a passion I did not expect to discover the way I did, which was, oh man, how did I do it? In high school. Yes, it started in high school. High school, 12th grade. It was the final semester of my school life. I barely had any classes because I was already set for life. But in the middle of 12th grade, I had to, at the end of 12th grade, I had a health class. And in the health class, I met one of my two bestest friend buddies in that health class. I met the other one outside of it, but that's irrelevant right now anyways. But in that health class we had to do an assignment that required us to make a video and stuff, and it was a PSA assignment. It's on the channel. It's the very first video I uploaded. It was the very first one. So and you can check that out. The no ketchup video, no ketchup PSA, so that was uploaded for my health class and stuff, and I think I put it in the description and all. This was originally for the health class and stuff like that, and I had to do it. It was just a PSA and stuff like that, and I remember I had no idea what I was doing. I ended up asking my sister for help because at the time she was more tech savvy than I was, and so I asked her for help. We made the video on Windows Movie Maker, in her room on her laptop. I didn't have a laptop at the time. I didn't even have a computer. I was really, really sheltered, computerless, technologyless child, I guess. I don't know, but made it on Windows Movie Maker and stuff, and just made this I think it was 3 minutes long video and stuff. Shot all the scenes. I forget what camera I used. It was really, really chintzy, small time camcorder and stuff, $20. Not even, no, not $20. It was like at least 40. But yeah, it's like really pretty cheap, like just camera. It wasn't even meant for like video making, so the video was poor quality, and that's what I used for most of my videos until more recently. And I'm saying this as if I'm some big name YouTuber, but I'm not. But yeah, just thinking a bit. But for anybody who uncovers me, this is a nice little backstory too, so it all works out well, you know? Haha. Anyone welcoming me to the channel and all, you know? I don't know. Random thoughts, obviously. But yeah, so made it on little chintzy camera and stuff like that, and I didn't even upload it to YouTube. I did it for the class and stuff, and you know, I think I vaguely remember like the class voting that mine was like second best or something like that. I think that's something that happened that in their class and all. But I also had this like guy that was taking the class, and all, his name was like Josh or something like that, and or at least for the context of the story, his name is Josh. I don't actually know if it is, but you know, whatever. But this guy Josh, he actually he was actually in the communications class and part of a video crew that like did morning announcements over like the TV in the school, right? So he knew what he was doing with the whole making a video thing and all the different techniques, and he had either schizophrenia or it's like he had either, it wasn't schizophrenia because it was health related and stuff. He had something, but in the video he like showed off cloning, which for those of you who don't know, cloning is like when you have two or more of yourself in the same shot and stuff. It's done by like setting up a camera on a fixed location and shooting like everything from that same location and all, but like having yourself in different positions and then like going into editing and splicing it together such that it seems like both of you are in the same room and all. It's a cool effect. I love it. You know, I'd like to use it more in the future, but you know, he demonstrated like a high level of cloning by having like I think 5 of him just in this video at the same time, just looking at each other, and I'm like, that's cheating. And I was like super butthurt over it, you know, because I felt like, you know, like how, like of course he's gonna win. Like, was there an extra? I think there was an extra credit contest related to it and all, but it's like, you know, I'm thinking to myself like, well, of course he's gonna freaking win and all. He's over here like with his masterful like art of technology and stuff like that. I have like it's like he's up here with his PhD. I have like barely an associate's degree, kind of like logic, you know. Yeah, so it's like it was one of those cases where I was kind of like bitter over it because it's like, well, of course he's gonna win. He's like obviously technology-wise superior to all of us because he knows what he's doing and has at least been doing it for a while. Has planned to make a career out of it too, right? So I'm like, okay, whatever. And it's not a competition and all that. If it was, I would have dominated. But if it's not a competition or anything like that, it was just for the thing. And most people liked mine better because it was, even in that video, as you saw, it was stupid humor, but it was humor nonetheless and all. Like me snapping over not having any ketchup for my sandwich, and I was like, oh god, and it was terrible, but it's what I did. And you know, it's like everyone thought it was better, and I was like, cool, whatever. But I didn't even like consider it anything special at that point. I was like, okay, whatever, it's just video. Woo, it was fun, but not something I'm into and all, because, you know, my sister helped me with it, and I didn't really, you know, do any of it myself besides like the video recording, most of the acting and all that. Yeah, I was the Hulk too, by the way. I was also the Hulk. I actually hulked out for it. No, it was hard getting me on screen. It was hard getting me cooperative, you know, because once I rage out, it's kind of hard to get me to do anything except for, you know, destroy and all that. But I had a good incentive. It was fine. It all worked out in the end. Only 3 cars were damaged in the making of that scene anyway, so it's all good. But yeah, I didn't really have any big parts in it, like editing wise or anything like that. So I just let it go and stuff. And then, like, skip forward a few years, stuff like that, like a year and a half. Yeah, about a year and a half, let's say. But skip forward a bit, and in college and stuff, and I'm just talking to a group of friends, and they're all talking about how, and the conversation of my video popped up, right? And it was like, oh yeah, and my best friend was then there. That's probably how it helped to start. But one of my friends, Tom, was like, oh yeah, you should totally put that on YouTube. And I was like, I have the channel, but it's not like I'm have any videos or anything for it. And he was like, oh, I already subscribed, that means you have to now. And I'm like, oh great, thanks man, thanks Tom, you're the best. So yeah, I mean, I didn't have to put the video up, but I was like, whatever, viral videos were all the rage at that point. Like, viral videos had, I'm aging myself, viral videos had just started, like, becoming, like, a super big trend at that point. Like, they kind of were, but it wasn't as big as it is, like, now, or as well known as it is now. Like, viral videos back then were, like, still, like, the basic viral videos and stuff. Like, the really old ones were what I'm talking about and stuff. The things you look at now and are just like, oh god, I can't believe somebody actually got views for that. That poor comedy. Yeah, I was there for those. Like, god, I actually saw the What Does the Fox Say video. I saw that before it became viral. I was there for that. Hashtag originality. I don't know. Hashtag first. Yeah, there you go. Hashtag. But, so I was like, oh, whatever, it might become viral. Probably won't. Didn't. But, besides the point, I wasn't really expecting it to, because I'm like, didn't really think much of it. But I put it up there, and, it was like, haha, yeah, it's funny and all that. And I don't know, then I just decided, then I got talked into it a bit, and Tom had his own YouTube channel, so that kind of helped. And I was like, yeah, why not? It's at least attempted. It's a good distraction, at least. I'm not expecting it to go anywhere. I'm still not really expecting it to go anywhere. This is really just for a place for me to just do whatever I feel like, This lets me do my own thing and vent and just whatever creative juices I have, like, flowing out of me at the time, just give me an outlet for it. I needed something like that anyways. But so I just did the angry old man videos and the psycho stalker girl videos and stuff, and kind of enjoyed it, but wasn't all that forward still yet, because it's like, okay, yeah, it's interesting and stuff like that, and haha, yeah, good time and all. It gives me a sense of, like, being able to make jokes and stuff like that, but I'm not, like, thinking, wow, this is, like, the best thing ever just yet. Like, I was getting more into it, because it was like I was starting to realize, like, whoa, wait, this is, like, activating, like, all my creative spidey senses right now and stuff like that. But it wasn't until, like, the first one, actually, the end of the first one, because I was thinking about how to do it and all, it based on a true story, by the way, but all those stories I told were, okay, maybe not the second one, but the first part was based on a true story. So, it was like I was thinking about how to, like, word it and all when I was about to record, and I had this thought, like, oh man, what if I make it more kind of like theatrical, because that's a thing that people do, right? Just make it, like, super theatrical, keep their attention, because I'm looking at the angry old man video, and it's just me sitting there in a chair talking to them, and I'm wearing sunglasses because I'm a very shy, introverted person, and in my mind, mentally wise, having sunglasses on and not being able to directly be looked in the eye equated to not being seen, which helped me to be able to talk. Obviously, I was still super awkward, compared to now, where I'm just talking and stuff and it doesn't really matter. It was way worse for me then, but I got over it. I think I've improved quite a bit. Yeah, but eyes. It's a smiley face. But yeah, so I just decided to make it kind of theatrical, right? And added the whole like little bit at the end and stuff like no, and all that. And it worked. We have an octopus. So it worked. And I'm just gonna finish the story out then. But I did all the whole theatrical stuff, and in that moment when I was ending that video and thinking of how to tie it in and create a second part 2 to it, which was gonna be even more motion and moving around and stuff like that. And I kind of want to finish out that story because I did leave it on a cliffhanger and stuff like that, and with my new knowledge of how things work, I want to do it again. But it was in that moment that I was thinking about what I could do, make that thing connect and make it even more spectacular the next time I do a video. That I was like, oh wow, this is actually pretty fun. I could do this for a living, Get the mouse off the screen. And I was like, or not do it for a living, but I was like, wow, I actually think I really like making videos. I didn't know. And stuff like that. And, that just kind of kicked off my interest. And it's just rolled downhill from there and stuff like that, where I just love making videos. I love the whole process of it. I love the editing, I love the directing, I love acting in my own videos and stuff like that. Most of my videos are mainly just me acting by myself and me behind the camera acting at myself, because I'm not really good at giving directions to others, but I actually prefer like doing things myself, not because I'm like some conceited jerk off who thinks like, I only I know how to like act the way I want to, but it's because in my head I know what I want, and it's easier for me to act it out myself than it is for me to explain it to someone else how to act it out for me, right? The way I envision them doing. That's why I'm not so good at the directing part that I am at the acting and the editing part, and cameraman part and all. Because I know the angles I want, I know how I want to look, how I want the camera to face, where I want the lighting at, and stuff. I know how I want to stand, what kind of face I want to make, and things like that. That I just really like the entire video making process. Most of my all my videos. Most of them are done me by myself in a room by myself. There's nobody else in there but me and my camera. Some of my videos I have people helping just because the shots are more dynamic or require motion while I'm moving and stuff like that. Thank you to all cameramen I have recruited in the past and will recruit in the future too, and stuff like that. But it's an interesting experience. It was an interesting way of discovering that I really like this medium for creativity. Like, I'm not an artist, even though I do love paint by numbers, but I'm not an artist. I'm not a singer or anything like that, but videos gave me the creative outlet I needed. And I've talked for way too long. I'm sorry, I just dragged everyone's time up and away and stuff like that. I'm gonna frame this picture, put it on my wall. I'm so proud of this octopus, but hey, in any case, thank you so much for listening to this. If you liked it, I'd like to maybe do more of these and stuff like that. Like, it doesn't have to be a frequent thing, but this game, Coloring Pixels, which I barely talked about and should probably talk about in the next one, this game is kind of like the game I started playing whenever I need to think, or just kind of turn my brain off and not think in some cases. It's a nice relaxing game, music aside, because whoever's going ham on this piano needs to like chill out a bit or stop taking coffee sometimes. But it's a nice relaxing game that I can just kind of turn my mind off to and it allows my mind like free reign to think, create new ideas, or just, chill out. But I like to share in that, because this was actually pretty fun. So I'd like to do this more often, but I mean, not too often, but just occasionally, like whenever I'm not really feeling putting out another video. I felt like I might just do this instead, and just give you guys my own little talk show, I mean, I have that radio voice quality, right? Everybody likes a good radio voice. I do, for sure. This has been Ike C. Murray with Spicy News Network. I'm sorry, that was wrong channel. I mean, whatever. But in any case, thank you guys so much for listening. If you liked it, hit the like button. Leave a comment about whether or not you'd appreciate more of these, or whether you wouldn't, or whether you think I'm going to listen when I do the next one. If I have listened to your comments of how you didn't want it, let me know. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. You know all the good stuff. And as always, see you in the next video. Later!